Should do. Oh. And then can you do that on? This is for like syncing it up. Can you do that on your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, great.
Okay.
Cool. Hold on a second. Cool. All right, word.
Should we maybe angle this a little more like this way, or?
We could.
He just doesn't want to get the camera in the thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that. I think,
that's good.
yeah, I think it's a little
Yeah,
better, right?
yeah, cool. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, Matthew.
Hold on. Hello. All right, yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Matt Pinto Live. This is Matt Pinto's new podcast where we discuss passion, discernment, and perhaps music. And right now we have 2 amazing guests, amazing people who played a pretty important role in my life so far, and I hope that they will continue to do that. This is Brianna Lee and Julian Lee of the Lee family, of course.
Thank you for having us, Matt.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Matthew.
For sure. So before we go any further, because we don't want any other siblings to feel, any kind of, let's just talk about how this podcast came together. Either you want to share, how that happened tonight. Yeah.
Well, Jules and I were just hanging out, and Matt called us and was like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And we were like, "Yeah."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just hanging, and I'll never say no to a hang with Matt Pinto, so here we are.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so word. You can call me you too. Like just I don't want to put any, parameter.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
I will. You called us, and we said, "Sure."
Yeah. So it's a pretty spontaneous thing. Second guess on the podcast. Let's get this out of the way too, real quick. Jules, what's your Instagram handle? Do you have any shows coming up in September?
Instagram handle is Julian Lee Music. And no, nothing open to the public currently.
You're probably going to go a little bit closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though, yeah.
Nothing to plug right now besides maybe a Seacliff story written and directed and acted in by Brianna Lee.
Let's go.
So that's that was a big
Jules
thing.
made all the music for the movie.
Let's go.
Not all of it, some of it.
The best music that we needed. He made it because he's amazing.
She's back from LA. They did the premiere, and that's, I guess, would be the thing to plug.
Okay. How do people watch that?
Seacliffstory.com.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What's your Instagram handle? Do you have any shows coming up in September?
Yes, my Instagram handle is @Brianna_Lee. I host a monthly comedy variety show in Bushwick called A Very Sketchy Night. The next one is the 8th. So please come through. Matt Pinto is actually our special musical guest.
Word up.
Yeah.
Are you going to that?
I'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jules
if
will be
you-
there.
how-
Jules has also played Sketchy Night.
How long's the set again?
It's your set.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you want. 40 minutes, 40 minutes.
However
Yeah.
long you want it to be.
Yeah.
I did like 15 minutes, I think. 20
Okay.
minutes.
All right.
And, yeah.
You want to do like Rivers of Babylon? Little.
I'm always down for that.
Yeah. All right, cool. We'll talk about that. All right. So yeah, I don't know if you guys you don't have to tell me or not. I don't know if you saw like the first episode of the podcast or not, but
I watched.
Okay. So yeah, we don't have to like. This has been sort of it's a struggle a bit for me. We don't have to play characters. We can just we're doing a podcast. Like it's uncomfortable, and we're just doing it, And that's
I feel pretty comfortable, honestly.
Good.
I mean, we've sat down and just talked.
Yeah.
Many times, so.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is like that feeling of like when someone hits record or there's a camera happening, like there is an added element of like suspense kind of, but whatever, we're just chilling. Long Beach.
Yeah, this spot is amazing. I've
Thanks, man.
told you that before, but I still like seriously even just coming out on the highway, it feels so good to roll down the windows and come out here, you know.
Less humidity. And,
yeah. How long you been in Long Beach for?
Coming up on 4 months.
Let's go.
And yeah, it feels good. The
Yeah.
air is nice down here. Beach is
It's
good.
the best. Jules has like a little private beach house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been a funny summer because Jules moved here, and Justin and I are always like, hey, can we come stay for the weekend?
Yeah.
The door's always open here.
Yeah.
You know.
Word.
I mean, at least to friends and family.
I've taken
Like-
Yeah.
advantage. I'm here a lot.
Yeah, it's it's amazing down here. Who's the producer who grew up here?
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin. Yeah, Rick Rubin vibes,
Well,
definitely.
he didn't grow up here, but he lived here at a certain point during his childhood.
Yeah.
Also, Lil Peep. I don't know if you're familiar. He's a Long Beach native.
Wow. Is that kid dead?
Yeah, he died.
Okay.
Joan Jett, Long Beach. Billy Crystal.
Wow.
You know, celeb history down here.
Okay. All right. Cool. Word. Yeah, I'm playing that thing at the thing on September 8th. Where is it again?
Unit J in Bushwick.
Unit J in Bushwick, September 8th.
Yeah.
And what time so it's a comedy set and then
It's a
we'll play
comedy
little
variety
music.
show. There's a little bit of everything: stand-up, characters, sketches, videos, live music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you say I'm not going to be not nervous doing this for a while. Did you say what time it starts? Yeah.
It
just
starts
before?
technically at 7:30. You can get
Okay.
there and drink for free until 8 p.m.
Cool.
And then the show starts at 8:15 and music starts at 9:30.
That I remember.
Yeah.
Just trying to. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't say I'm coming back to the Bitter End on the 29th on Friday at 9:30. But okay, so you didn't go to Bert's barbecue thing today.
I did not.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what went into that. Like,
No, I love
so,
Bert.
I know. Yeah. You want to explain what that is a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I mean, listen.
What happened? No, not just what the event was that you didn't.
Chris Burt's an amazing actor, writer. He started this company called Mad Production Company.
Yeah,
Mad Company. It's all.
Mad
It's
Company.
his friends who were in the same like acting grad school program in London.
Yeah.
And they just started a new theater company.
So we went to. He just did Romeo and Juliet with his fiance, and we're like, yeah, we'll go. We'll support Chris Burt.
Shout
it
out, Lauren.
was incredible.
Super impressive. Like,
It was like, okay. You know,
to memorize lines or lyrics is one thing, but to memorize Shakespeare, it's like
also, when you have
something else.
creative friends growing up and they stick with whatever they're doing, you kind of like, yeah, I'll come to your stand-up show or your little gig. Or we're like, okay, we'll come. They're talented and killing it.
Yeah, actually, Bert. I mean, he's one of my oldest friends. When I first moved to Seacliff in like '95, literally kindergarten, we were like fast friends.
Yeah.
And we're still friends to this day. One thing I think you and Bert share is like a tenacity for like true artistry and staying true to like material and like studying the game. And that was when they did Romeo and Juliet. I think that came through a lot.
The word. Yeah, our friend Chris Bird, he's probably going to be on the podcast at some point. I don't know if I'd be into singing as much as I am if it wasn't for Chris Bird. He was always super encouraging when I was not encouraging myself to sing, like super, you know. And yeah, there's something to be said for that, definitely. So there was this. So they had an event today, in Prospect Park, like a
Yes.
picnic. I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
I might do like a review of the event
Okay.
to let you know about like what happened.
That'd be
Tell
great.
it. What's the
That'd be great.
team at Pinto? Like,
Yeah.
we want to talk about it. What happened there?
Yeah, so
how was it?
it was I would, in trying to stay critical, and I would give it like a really good B plus. Like
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Okay.
It was they had a picnic for their theater company, and Bert was working very hard on the grill. I'll say that. When I got there, it was sort of like
What was he cooking?
he was cooking cheeseburgers, and there was smoke.
Classic.
Yeah, all around him, and he was right there in it, and he was cooking. He made this like a coleslaw that I had no idea
He can cook.
he made
actually.
like a rising
Yeah.
tide style
Oh, wow.
coleslaw. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Bert can
Yeah.
cook. I've been to his house
Yeah.
a few times, and he's whipped up some stuff I was very impressed with.
Yeah. So I got there. It's actually where my friend Aaron got married in Prospect Park, which is kind of cool.
Okay, nice.
To get there, there's this road you can't drive on. It's like only for the biking. And so Bert also made a potato salad, a vegan potato salad, which is like, I didn't try it, but he was pretty excited about that.
Okay.
And it was cool. It was cool. The actress who played the actress who played Juliet was and
Oh, yeah.
you know
She
her
was great.
yeah, you know her boyfriend is in like Game of Thrones or something or something. He's in something like that
Is he?
That's great.
or something
yeah.
or like Return of like the Apes or something
Okay.
or Planet of the Apes.
All right.
yeah.
One of those two things. Game
Yeah.
of Thrones, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he
Those
was.
are both things that exist.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. He was there. I think. I think by the body language of the people there.
He was definitely
I
in Planet
think he
of the
was
Apes.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the body language.
Right.
They're good
So-
people. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, beyond Bert, anytime I've hung out with them, there was also the fundraiser we did. Remember, or they did in Brooklyn.
That was really cool.
Really cool. And like all the karaoke and
Yeah.
the raffles and stuff.
Oh, you
What-
told me about that.
It was awesome. And
Yeah.
one thing Pinto did that was incredible that night. This girl who was working the door, she had a mask on, like maybe still a little scared of COVID. And Pinto goes up and he's doing karaoke, and he's singing it to the mic, and he did like
Just hit me, baby, one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Nice.
And he was like, I must confess, it's killing me. And he put the mic right in front of this girl's face, and she like cowered away.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was funny.
Yeah, that's cool. What did you perform that night?
I did.
What do you remember? What you?
I think Backstreet Boys.
Nice.
It's kind of my go-to.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool, and then there were these. There was this couple smoking a spliff and playing cornhole. So I started talking to them. They were cool,
Okay.
and one of the guys there had a guitar. I think I don't want to mess up his name, so I'm not gonna go for it. But action was really high, but that was kind of cool. Playing the guitar.
Pinto does not like high action.
It sounds like it was fun though.
Let's talk about high action for a bit. So why don't you explain what high action is for those? It's another thing I wanted to say in the beginning. Just judging by some of what I'm getting from, there's 41 people who might be listening to this.
Oh, currently.
Yeah.
Really?
Now that I
Yeah.
know that.
Shout out.
So
Shout
there-
out to the
What's up,
internet.
41 people?
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So this is just saying the exposure here. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a count on that? Do we know what's going on? Or?
I have some numbers.
Whoa,
I have
you
some
working
numbers that
with
show
numbers
that
out there?
there's 41 people who could be listening to this.
My
as we
question
speak.
is
Hell
is
yeah.
Tom Vassalou tuned in right now or no?
We can't know for
Who's
sure.
that? Is
Alright,
it a
alright.
teacher?
We can't know for. Sorry,
No, he's a kid we went to high school with.
you don't know Tom Vassalou?
No.
He'll be on the. He'll be on.
Okay.
He was
be
in,
on.
he was in
So
Sean.
Oh, he was in Sean?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like you might be thinking of a scene that I was in.
Oh, that you were in
That-
with Max Azzarello.
That was me. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
There was a really great scene in a movie that Brianna made back in high school called Sean, where Pinto had grapes smushed into his face,
Yeah.
and it was, you know,
That's great.
Oscar worthy.
Yeah. So let's talk about high action. How about you explain to the 41 people that could be listening to this what high action
So,
means?
On guitars, there's like different weights to the strings and tension. So when you get a guitar set up, you know, higher tension produces a different tone than lower tension would. And it's basically the amount of force that it takes to push a string down. So Pinto is he's a low action guy. I tend to be a little more high action. Whatever floats your boat, you know? But I know what you're saying, because sometimes I do play long gigs, and then at the end, like, you feel it, you know?
Yeah. Damn, trying to not say It's
Let it out.
You have no. Well, what do you mean? Like I should just. What do you mean?
If it's part of how you talk, you know, it up.
It's weird. It's weird hearing your own voice so much. Hearing your tendencies for like stuff you say.
Yeah.
And stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I threw it anyway.
Oh, it's good for...
Fuck. I can't. It's hard. It's hard to not say it. It's hard.
And like
Are like
like disposable
Yeah.
words.
Yeah. So I'm into lower action. I'm
Yeah.
into lower action. Higher action can be, yeah, it can fuck your hands up. But at the same time, the higher the action, the better the sustain. How long the note is gonna ring out for. The lower action, it's like easier to play fast. It's easier to play, like fancy stuff, you know. So, yeah, that guitar had really high action, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
At Bert's theater companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they could. Yeah. I think his name's James. I think James' guitar
Okay.
had really
yeah.
high action. That was cool though.
Was it a Yamaha?
It was like a something I like either Court or
Okay.
Cordova. They got it in England somewhere.
Yeah,
And stuff.
usually like $300 and less acoustic. When you buy it from like Guitar Center or Sam Ash, it's like very high action and
Yeah.
like not sustainable for like a lead guitarist.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So, fuck! Oh my god, it's hard. It's so hard.
Are you
It's
trying to
so
stay away
hard.
from the
I want
You're
to try to
doing
eliminate.
great.
You think so?
Yeah, go
you're
easy on
doing
yourself.
great.
I don't know.
You're good. You
Don't be so
Alright.
hard on yourself,
Good.
man.
I just don't want to say that word so much. You know, it's.
I think you can
yeah.
actively avoid it.
Yeah. It's difficult.
Like when you go to speak in public, you know, try not to do the and the
I've been
like.
trying this past week. I've been
I think
trying
you're
to. Yeah.
doing so good so far.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're doing so good that I'm like, am I doing okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Actually,
I
you know
mean-
what? Round of applause for the Matt Pinto podcast.
Oh, wow. That was really sweet of you guys.
No, this is a
So-
real life story. 2 weeks ago, I saw your first post about the Matt Pinto podcast, and I was with my parents and Justin, and I said, Matt Pinto's doing a podcast, and Justin got so upset that I didn't already know. Yeah, he's doing a podcast. I'm like, oh my god, he should, because he's so good in conversation, knows so fucking much about music, and is so talented. Let's get this fucking going. I'm sorry to curse. That's my I guess is cursing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Word up. That's yo.
But this is a
thank you
real
for the
story.
time.
I
Word.
was like,
Thank-
oh
thanks.
my god, and yeah.
Damn.
Were you
That's
there?
For what?
When that happened in the car? With...
No.
Okay.
No.
Yo, thanks.
Sure.
You know, it's like, oh my fucking god, holy shit, I can't stand. All right, word, all right. Well,
What's going on, dude?
I just don't want to say It's
All right,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's okay.
Well, go easy on
all
yourself.
right,
You
all right, word. Yeah, so it's yeah. So, but it's been all right.
Dude, all right. Let me say something.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're a good speaker, and like you can deliver messages. So, I guess actively avoiding and like it shouldn't be a problem. for
Also, who cares?
you. Yeah.
It's just you know, when if you start if you listen to a conversation that you've had someone for like 40 minutes, you definitely pick up on, oh, I do that a lot.
Right.
Since July, the middle of July, playing out with my band again and stuff, and playing more shows, it's actually some other experience with this, but I really appreciate you sharing that story. I like that's like, yo, thanks, like, word. But it's made me realize, like, I'm definitely shyer with the compliment thing than I think a little bit. You know, definitely
There's an art.
definitely like,
There's a whole thing to
Sorry.
that, not being
Yeah.
able to take a compliment,
Well, there's-
imposter syndrome.
yeah.
The more you put yourself out there and the better you do, it's harder to say to yourself, like, I'm doing fucking good,
yeah.
versus telling yourself you're not, or criticizing yourself. Like, that's a real thing.
For sure.
Real,
And
for
also,
real.
Yeah.
the art of accepting a compliment, I think, is important.
Yeah.
Because, like, reading between the lines of, like, if a compliment is genuine, or when someone actually compliments you and, like, admires something you've done, you just need to, like, accept it, take it, like, you did something right, take the win, kind of roll with it, learn from it, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I work for a guy who was in the band Yuppicide, which was a hardcore band.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
the bassist for Yuppicide, and he came out to one of my gigs one time. Really cool guy, and he brought the whole staff.
Do you have another gig and on the like anything public
He
on
just
the
had two
on
this
the
weekend.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
I was kind of surprised.
It was a
honestly, to
it was a
hear.
busy August, actually.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
no.
Word.
And
Okay.
I kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
I love playing music, but
Yeah.
you know, it's work at times.
Yeah.
And
Let's try to come back to that in a second. But you were telling the
Okay.
story about the episode.
okay,
Yeah.
yes, yep. So I work for a guy named Joe Keefe. Shout out Joe Keefe.
Shout out Joe Q.
Great guy. He was in a band called Yuppicide with my uncle's brother, Jay Rogan. Jay Rogan's like a hardcore punk drummer who was the drummer for Yuppicide.
Shout out Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, and I was
he's the best.
I was working in Brooklyn, and I told Joe Keefe about the gig, and he went out of his way to like tell all the guys, like, yo, we're going to see Jules play tonight, and like footed the whole bill for everything. And going back to the compliment thing, just to like
Yeah.
come full circle with it, he came up to me after, and he was like, yo, honestly, dude, you sound really good up there. And I'm not just saying that. I was like, I don't know. And he's like, no, sometimes you just need to accept the compliment. And he's like a no bullshit guy.
Yeah.
You know? And that struck a chord with me, and that's
Yeah.
what makes me think of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. Yeah. Sometimes I think that, or I've thought about it in the past, how the act of a compliment sometimes, and this isn't to take it down, this is just another perspective. A lot of times it's a more or it can be about the person giving it wanting to. It's more about their experience.
You think so?
Sometimes it can be like that, and that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. It's just that's another thing to check out. Sometimes it's more about their experience of wanting to feel, especially with performers, wanting to feel like they've made a connection with you, and they want to. That's just another thing I've like checked out and tried to.
So you think it's
to
like
live with.
performative sometimes if someone.
Sort of. And again, I'm trying to not judge it, but it's just another angle to examine and sort of take a look and see what's up with that.
It could be.
Like,
it could be when people are just trying to like, you know, suck up.
But it doesn't matter where the other person's coming from. Like, if you're looking at like, why don't I like when people say nice things to me? I mean, that's something to look at and observe.
Yeah.
And why do you feel like that?
Definitely.
Like imposter syndrome. Have you ever looked into that shit? That shit is crazy.
Not too hard, but the vaguest sort of, you know.
It's like when you have an interaction with someone, or if somebody gives you a compliment or treats you in a certain way, where in your head you're just thinking like, why do they think I'm this? I'm not that. But it's just you who thinks you're not that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Right.
Like somebody telling you, like, Matt Pinto, you're great, you're amazing, I love your shit. And you going like, why would anyone say that? You know?
Yeah, that's
not a complete thought, but
no, we're getting pretty heavy. We're talking about some pretty heavy
are we
psychological
allowed to get that
themes.
heavy on the Matt Pinto podcast?
Yeah. Well, it is Matt Pinto Live. That's the.
Are we live right now?
Well, let's circle back to that.
Okay. JK.
So.
Jewel. Can I get something for the boys?
September 29th, the bitter and comfortable. So.
Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Are you cool with the dog?
Sure, yeah.
You got another one?
Yeah, you want one?
Yeah.
No, imposter syndrome is fucking real. I'm doubling down now. That's
No, I know. I've heard a lot about it. I haven't really, gone too hard with the imposter syndrome. Anybody out there, you feel like you've suffered from imposter syndrome? Please, tell us about it. You can leave a comment.
leave a story and a full beginning, middle, and end description.
Something I was thinking about on the way here was how a Visine eye drop is like the best analogy for what it's like to ask someone to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Or like to it's like
What's the connection there?
that's the level of uncomfortability. It's like at least from my thing. So like a Visine eye drop onto your raw eyeball. Subscribe to the channel for sure.
Subscribe to this channel, man. This man is a genius.
Oh. We the subscription thing. It's like, yeah, if you could subscribe, it's sick. It's like it's helpful. It's like kind of a big part of the thing. I'm enjoying talking to y'all. This is pretty cool. We've been going for about 30 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, we only have a little bit left. Let's talk about some crazy shit now.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I've been holding back, Matt.
Word. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe we'll do like a beer's worth or 2 beers worth or something like that. You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
There's one of them.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Beers with the boys is the best kind of night, baby.
Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to shy away from this a little bit on this, but you guys have any other ideas of like stuff I can do on this? Like consistent segments to like do on the podcast and stuff?
I've got lots of ideas for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
so what's your? Are you gonna be talking to creative people or?
I'm laughing thinking about some of the ideas for guests I've had.
No, I mean, there's
so
so many things you
there's-
could ask people.
It's I love the idea of it's people I know, and it's definitely not necessarily creators, definitely not necessarily like quote unquote creative people or whatever. It's really people in my orbit, people who know me, people anyway.
Right.
That sort of but and it's not supposed to be a music podcast. It's not. It's sort of going for it, you know.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. I mean, there's think that at times there'll be certain niche stuff that we'll go harder into, but
Well, your knowledge is pretty expansive, I will say, and I'm not even just blowing smoke or trying to give you a compliment that is not like genuine.
thanks.
But I know you could talk a lot about music theory, MMA, weightlifting, going to the gym, you know, so on and so forth. So there won't be a shortage of things for you to talk about, I don't think.
Right.
Which is cool.
Right. What kind of weightlifting like segment do you think we could do on the show? Maybe
Matt, when did you first know you loved weightlifting? Tell the story.
Yeah. When did you do your first Kegel press?
When did you lift your first weight, and why did you do it?
Yeah.
it had to have been with with like Tucker, David Muller, Tom,
Muller.
and the Griffiths in the. Do you remember when the Griffiths brother, or when Max Ross's oldest brother
Yes. Yeah. By the power plant.
used to own that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there one summer, I definitely did one of those like squat press racks where you like lie down and you put a bunch of plates and you like unlock it and you like push it and then it comes back down. And I don't know why I was doing that. I don't even know why I was there.
Feels good.
And and I definitely couldn't walk for a while. It was pretty sick.
That's what happens.
Long term, that's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens.
There's a gym right around the corner I've been going to, Hollywood Health Club. Shout out Hollywood.
Shout out Hollywood Health Club.
And I did leg presses for the first time in like a month. And past 2 days is a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
But it's good, you know. It means you're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah, and I got more into it. I got more into it after, way after high school, you know. And
Pinto puts up weight, by the way.
I've
If
heard all about it.
was unsure. He lifts some weight out here.
yeah. I do. I have some impressive numbers. You know, I gotta get my cardio together though. That's
Also, yeah, I love
yeah.
Matt Pinto. But one thing I will say is sometimes if you hit him up to hang out, it'll be like, all right, we'll meet up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock maybe. And then literally call him at like 9:30 and he's like, I gotta hit the gym, dude. And he's at the gym and I hear the music in the back and I'm like, I'm not gonna see this guy until at least 11 o'clock.
That's not a bad.
No, it's a good thing.
reputation
I anticipate it now, where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, and I'm not knocking you. I just learned to, you know, be friends with somebody and how they navigate the world.
Yeah. Well, the lifting thing, the exercise thing, I tie it very closely to being a mental health thing. So sometimes I get, especially if I don't balance my time the right way, it's like I need this no matter what, you know. Yeah. Hey, cheers, yeah.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Love y'all.
Cheers, man. Love you.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
So
Let's
can
go.
I ask you something?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are great to have
I
have on.
think-
I don't know how
I don't know.
y'all are finding it, but
Yeah.
you guys are
I like this.
you guys are great.
I mean, we'd be talking anyways. So it's good.
Yeah.
How did it feel getting on the podcast with Tucker Morgan?
We can do a review of that podcast
Okay.
for sure.
I think this is going well. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
late and I don't
Yeah.
know, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, man. It's
great.
You got the camera set up and stuff.
Oh, I'm down to talk about that. You know, I don't know. Yeah, he's awesome, and he was. There's something about. I think something I'm down to do with this thing is to show different parts of my personality through the guests that come out, because different people bring out different parts of me.
Right.
So Tucker brings out a very specific part of me that's I almost don't I'm almost resistant to talk about it too much because it's a thing and
Yeah.
and
you don't have to talk about
but-
what. Yeah.
yeah, but it was just extreme. It was very awkward and uncomfortable to like to do a podcast and to start it off. But it was so fun. It was yeah, and it was the whole thing, making little clips and making like a little like promo vid like for the
Yeah.
you know
Just
that
keep
Nirvana
going,
song.
just keep going.
You know that Nirvana song. You know you're right.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, dude, that's one of their. That's like not on any of their albums. It's one of their like.
Yeah.
It came out with the
Yeah.
greatest hits thing.
Right. After he died.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah.
Like
They didn't release it until
2004.
something like that. That was so much fun using that as the thing, you know.
Is that your song?
So. No, it's not the. I would like it to be, but I made like a little promo. I would play it for you, but I think that you can't like play other people's music on YouTube
Right.
or whatever. I'll show it to you after, but
Brianna's
but,
no stranger. She's done a lot of YouTube stuff, and they flag it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Very quickly. Yeah.
yeah. It's easier on Instagram because
You can pick
Instagram,
the song.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that guarantees that whoever needs to get paid gets paid or whatever. So there's like infrastructure for it.
You can always
But-
search though, no copyright, blah. Like whatever song you want.
Interesting.
Search no copyright.
Okay.
And there will be a version of that.
Yeah.
That you can use.
Yeah. Yo, did either you know that my brother has a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Where
No.
have you seen?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I gotta clear my throat.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know this. I have to
Yeah.
pee.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
can I leave and come back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we
Okay.
won't end without. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
don't leave. Don't end.
Yeah. Have you watched my brother Mike's YouTube channel?
Oh, have I?
Wow. Yeah, shout out my literal big brother Mike, Doc P 91B. Definitely subscribe to his channel. He reviews my older brother Mike, who's a veteran, reviews knives, tactical gear,
Right.
like flashlights and stuff. And I
Realistic-
had no idea his YouTube channel like 85,000 subs, and I found this out at Will Eamon's one night.
I think I only watched like one, realistically, because you did the music for one, and you were psyched about it,
Yeah.
and it came
Yeah.
out great.
What did I miss?
Word.
Oh, so his brother does YouTube reviews of like weaponry.
Oh my god.
yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is a little.
Is he a
Yeah.
It's a little
weaponsman?
scary.
He's a veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People are into all sorts of stuff.
He's
know?
got my brother Mike, who's like 13 years older than me.
And he's a veteran?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
13 years. I thought I
Yeah.
heard
Mike.
13 years old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Oh boy.
He reviews not like knives and like tactical gear and stuff like that. It's pretty. I'll show you some of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys like fall? How do you feel about
the
fall?
season?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's my
fall,
favorite. It's my even though
yeah.
my birthday's in the summer. I love fall.
I love fall. I feel
Yeah.
like you can smell when Halloween's coming?
Definitely.
Is that a weird thing to say? I
Nope.
can smell when
Nope.
Halloween's coming, and
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
It's the best. I mean, summer's my favorite, but I love fall.
Yeah, it's nice to have the seasons, definitely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite season?
The fall, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love it's the best. Leaves changing and it forces you to get all cozy, and stuff, especially when yeah. It's gonna be kind of the beginning of heading into this season of your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You got any plan? What do you think about for your birthday this year?
Usually do the Korean barbecue. That'd probably be on the docket.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you something?
You can. There's basically nothing. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sugar Sean O'Malley. What do you think of the fight this past weekend?
Word. I don't know how many people are listening to this. So, I become really into combat sports over the past however many years. I watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of MMA. I'm a big UFC fan. So where that's going to be talked about here, and that might be a little different for a lot of the people in that group of 41 people who are watching this.
He fought
But I'm gonna
Aljamain
go right.
Sterling.
So
Sterling? Sterling.
He fought Aljamain Sterling,
Who's
from Long Island.
Long Island
He's
fella.
probably your age, and he
Holla.
yeah. I didn't want this to happen, but I predicted that O'Malley would win by head kick because there's another guy named Marlon Moraes.
So specific.
Yeah. There's a lot of variables that go.
It was he was doing like a back away, and caught him, and that's what put him to the ground.
It was like a counter shot.
Right.
Yeah. And it was scarily identical to how Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo. If you is it like on the they were it's like weirdly similar. Yes, I called that. I didn't want it to happen, but I thought that was most likely what was going to happen.
Okay.
But I thought it was going to be by head kick.
I didn't want to get too off course from whatever you got there, but yeah, I thought it was a good fight, man.
I didn't see it personally. I missed that one.
Word. You saw. There is a. I think there a Terrence Crawford fight that you watched with us recently.
Yeah,
not the Earl Spence
like
one.
the fights.
Or wait, you saw.
I don't like
saw-
boxing, but I like UFC.
That's interesting. So
Like
you saw Joseph Benavidez. I think that was or David Benavidez fight Caleb Plant. I remember when you saw it. There's so much beauty in these sports that they had this veneer of bruteness and sort of, especially the way that it used to be branded in like the early 2000s and like mid 2000s and stuff, like Affliction shirts and stuff like that. But there's like they call boxing the sweet science. And there's a profound beauty to what happens in these sports, and it seems kind of messed up on the surface, but it's almost like battle rapping. So the battle thing is an unsubtle analogy, but how the other person becomes sort of like a conduit for the other person's creativity.
Right.
For them to sort of achieve their high, and that's an element of what's going on. But there's a beauty when a shot lands like O'Malley landed on. Well, I wanted to get back to what Brianna was saying. But wait,
Just real quick, our boy Frankie Monaco is making his pro debut in Huntington at the Paramount.
First of all, Frankie's amazing.
October 28th.
His fight is October 28th. If you are free that night, you should come see Frankie fight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see that.
And there was,
one in a million. He's a killer.
There's similarities between boxing and
he's the
music
nicest guy in the world, but he's the most insane boxer.
And that's what you find a lot of these athletes. They're constantly humbling themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why, and they're sweethearts. They're total sweethearts.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to go to that fight.
I don't know if you listened to it, but T-Bud was on Joe Rogan. I think last week.
I caught a little bit of it. I didn't
And
finish
dude,
it yet.
I mean, he's a savage animal,
Yeah.
but very soft-spoken and humble.
Shout out Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, shout out T-Bud. That's my boy. I love that guy.
Me too.
Um,
He's a star
but
now.
yeah, and he did something no one's ever done before, which is like hold the title in 2 different weight classes, and he's talking about going for the third. He's talking about putting on like 15 pounds and trying to take on who would be Canelo or
Well, it'd be Canelo or let's see, he's at it'd be Canelo or the Charlo brothers.
yeah.
Or
Well,
yeah.
I'm not super well versed in boxing, but
like Triple G.
I love his demeanor. He's just like gets the job done, you know.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's incredible. You should watch the Mike Tyson. Have you seen Mike Tyson's podcast?
Yeah, hot boxing.
He has podcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
You should watch Mike Tyson's podcast. He interviewed Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford on the same day before the fight. Brianna, why don't you like boxing as much as you?
It's boring. I don't know.
Interesting.
From my point of view, and I don't know anything about the sport. It's boring to watch.
What about what? Yeah.
UFC's like exciting and there's a lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of people feel sort of similarly.
Yeah, I don't know. Boxing bores me.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you. I feel that. I was definitely more of an MMA fan before being a boxing fan. Are there other sports that you're into?
Basketball.
Word.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the Knicks and yeah,
Let's go.
I can get into that.
Okay.
Football, I fucking hate.
What do you hate about
I'm
football?
just gonna say it for the record. I hate it.
What do you hate about football? That's interesting.
It's like it just looks like you're watching guys run into each other, and it looks like it hurts, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And I hate how like caveman like boys become when they watch it.
Interesting.
And I hate how the world ends when there's a game. You can tell I hate it. I hate it, Matt.
Can you tell? That's okay. You're entitled to feel that way.
I fucking hate football.
Can you tell a story about a time where you've watched men become cavemen boys watching football, or is it just like the like?
Can I tell a story?
Or it's just the general
I
like
can.
growling
I can
getting.
tell thousands of stories.
Yeah.
It's just like this thing that's so fucking dumb to me that don't put this on your podcast.
Oh well, I was thinking about making that a clip, but continue.
I think football is the dumbest, scariest thing that we worship as a nation, and it's just like watching these steroided up young men crash into each other like car accidents. And yeah, I don't know. I hate football.
I really want to use that for promo for this podcast.
Oh God.
We can talk.
I could go so hard, but I don't want to. I don't know.
Word.
I don't know.
Word.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
It sucks. And then you have the girls that like pretend they like it. And then you have the girls that actually get into it. Honey, come on.
I like football.
Something that's interesting to me about a couple different things real quick. One, I never used to be that into sports, and somehow, and I think it's interesting that the sport that kind of caught me is less of a team thing and more of an individual. I wonder if that says anything about, you know? Mm-hmm. But something that's interesting about team sports is like the team identity. We lost, even though you're not on the Giants. You know,
there's like a community
there's just
behind
so
it.
much like danger involved with people's bodies, and it's like it's like gladiator times with the Roman, like watching guys like fucking hurt each other. It's like so like caveman like to
now,
celebrate.
Do you find that different from like UFC?
Oh, he got me there.
No, because I love UFC. I'm like a huge
like
MMA
it
fan,
too.
but
I
yeah.
love it too. But that's
Yeah.
like two like highly trained guys using their skills on each other. I feel like watching football is like the whistle beeps and then they just crash into each other like trucks. And it's like who's got less concussions 10 years later? So like maybe try to live a normal life for like a Nike commercial and some millions of dollars. And your body is like used up and tarnished, but you have to do it because, you know,
Boy,
it's like scary.
Jules, any thoughts about this?
Football?
I don't want to be
Football
like the
and-
poster child of this, but yeah, football's fucking lame, guys.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I enjoy
Oh,
watching it.
we
I mean, I'm a Giants
disagree.
fan, and I love watching the games.
This is what I'll say. Like, if you know our dad, he's the most gentle, amazing, philosophical
No, but
man in the world. The scariest I've ever seen him become was at a Giants game. Like when
Any
he,
sport, there's artistry and like
it's,
you know,
it's not good.
it's a craft. You know, I appreciate it. Oh, now I'm doing the
I didn't notice.
Wow.
I didn't notice.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear about these billionaires that disappeared on the submarine?
Yo, dude, I wrote a song about them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Word. I put it on. Word.
All right.
Word. Yeah.
Those guys, I think.
Oh yeah, Jules
Whatever.
Jules has
I don't
theories.
even know if I want to publicize my true
Play
opinion on
play
that.
your
but-
song, Pinto.
I don't know if I'm gonna remember it too well,
I'm gonna
but
get some water.
it's like it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah. Your love, it's like a catastrophic implosion. 13,000 miles, baby, at the bottom of the ocean. Catastrophic implosion. Yeah, that's based. Yeah,
Nice. Dude.
yeah. There's another part.
That was really good.
Thanks. There's another part.
You want the pillow?
No.
Yeah, where it's like you're like a Pakistani billionaire with a death wish, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. As far as I mean, like, it sucks for them and their families, but it's pretty cool. Like the whole thing exploding. Is that what were you gonna say?
I don't even know if I want to say it.
Don't
But-
say it.
Word.
I
mean, I don't want to. I
think
want to try to.
something's fishy there because
Okay.
all right, you have that amount of wealth and you just decide you want to go to the bottom of the ocean.
It's a
in
tragedy.
a
Yeah,
submarine?
that's sad what happened.
No, look, it is sad that people
It's crazy.
passed away, and I care deeply for their families, and I feel
Me
for them.
too.
But
do I?
I mean, you think that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in jail, or?
Oh, I don't know if you're allowed to say that on you. I think that. So. I don't know.
All right, I
Word.
don't need to push the envelope. I'm just there's questions, you know.
Yeah.
It's a fact that the news outlets feed us certain pieces of information that might not totally be factual at all times.
Sure.
This is just how it's been forever,
Yeah.
and whatever. I have no problem saying that sometimes I don't trust what they tell us. you
Sure.
know?
Sure.
That's fair, right?
I think that's fair. I think that. I think that the whole submersible, is that what you call it?
Submarine.
There's all this.
submarine.
Yeah, but I think they were calling it a submersible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There's a lot of questions
Oh
there.
shit.
Because how do you spend $250,000
To explode at the bottom of the
per
ocean.
person and not know like how it's gonna go once you get to those depths? You know, like oh, it imploded. Whoops.
Well,
No,
I
it
think
was
that
bad designing.
I think that the CEO was, because it was a private business, he was and wanted to make money so badly and make a lot of it. He was able to not follow a lot of the protocols of a lot of whatever the Navy would be doing or whatever a ferry would be doing to avoid safety concerns, because
Should have talked to James Cameron first.
right. Yeah.
I think they didn't they? Wasn't James Cameron somehow like?
No, I think if James Cameron was involved, that like, would not have gone down like that.
Look,
Right.
he made
He's
the
like-
Titanic. Okay.
No, he's funded like
No,
Deep-
yeah, he's
deep ocean
super
exploration.
into Titanic exploration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anything is possible.
Hey,
Anything is
listen.
possible. I think that there's something very funny about paying $250,000 to explode at the bottom of the ocean.
right.
For sure.
Something's off there.
Well, I
think.
mean funny like how I'm laughing funny, not suspicious.
Right.
Like there's something
Okay, all right, all right.
there's something very hilarious about paying all that money to
Well,
explode.
Look, God rest their souls if they are down there.
Yeah.
I'm a curious person.
Sure.
I
I'm-
have questions sometimes.
I think that I'm happy to hold the space here to, to ask those questions, and I'm also happy to hold the space for some guitar playing.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, Pinto. That was
And,
gonna be my next one. When does music come into the picture?
Well, it's sort of like, and like, it's sort of.
Are
I'm just
we
gonna
supposed to sing?
no.
Okay.
I sort of just have it here and just keep it here just in case. For
Right.
I brought it out before,
Oh, yeah.
and I like to just do that and then put it down. And I also like to hold the space for poetry,
Oh.
and so I was just wondering if you had any poems that you'd like to read on the podcast.
I've got one.
Word.
I have one too.
You
Word.
know what?
Does
I'm
anybody
actually-
want to go first, or?
I have an idea. I'm gonna write one right now.
I wrote one.
Word.
But I can't read.
Jules, the thing is, I don't
Something.
know. How fast do you think you can write a poem? Okay. All right. So, word. I'm a little worried about timing it with Brianna's, but as far as, but maybe we could fill some time by the time that Brianna. So Brianna, I understand that you've written a poem.
I wrote a poem, and I'm gonna recite it right now.
Does it have a name?
It's called My Life.
Let's go.
Okay. If I want to live my life without any worries, I'll leave out all the fear. I'll do it in a hurry. 'Cause life is way too short. It's gone before you know it. I can't read the bottom of that page, but I'm going to go to the next part of the poem. So savor every chance to laugh and have a dance. Tonight, let's have a blast live on Pinto's podcast.
Wow.
Wow. Let's go. Word.
All right, I got it.
All right, you can take we can do some crowd work while you.
Yeah, so
Dude.
anyway,
What do you think about Ari Shafir? You know Ari Shafir at all?
no.
Okay.
I got it.
All right,
Yeah?
Jules.
All right, cool.
has-
I
wow.
wrote a haiku.
Does it have a name?
Yeah.
What's the name,
The
Jules?
name of the poem is Destiny May Know.
Okay.
All right. This is specifically for the Matt Pinto Live podcast. You can have at this all you want. It's a haiku, so it's 575. Matt Pinto Live rules. Only destiny may know what Matt Pinto does.
Whoa.
That was so
Wow.
good.
That was a haiku.
Put that-
Oh,
Oh, should we
wow.
give them to you?
Take that to the bank.
I mean,
Do you keep them?
I definitely want to keep this one. I'm not saying that I thought Jules had a better poem necessarily, but there's something about like I'd be I'll take yours. Yeah. Yeah. No. There's just no.
You told me to write a poem. I dug into the bottom of my soul and I wrote a poem. Matt
Well,
Pinto.
but do you want to do anything with it? Yes, your poem was incredible.
No.
Your poem was incredible.
That was a good
I don't
poem.
want
Just say it. My poem sucks.
to. No, your poem. No, absolutely. Your poem
No,
was.
keep it.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sorry
you. Yeah.
about the whole thing with the bottom.
That's fine. That's fine. No, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I really appreciate you doing this, especially last minute.
Oh yeah.
There was gonna be another guest who would be on later. Some
Okay.
conflicts, and happened, and if you don't know, your family means like so much to me, and this is really cool that you guys are the second guests on the podcast, and thank you so much.
You're the best,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
I'm the biggest fan of yours,
Ah.
so I'll
Yeah.
be tuning in all the time. I can't believe you even invited me.
And the third of us is like a whole podcast in himself. So
That's what I'm saying.
He's
That's what I'm
here
saying.
in spirit.
He'll
Have
we'll
him
get
on.
him
He's
Oh,
supposed,
yeah.
He's supposed to be
and
here right now.
anytime we want to film down here, I'm here, bro.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah.
Undisclosed location, but
Julio's
we're
hideaway.
here.
Yeah. Brianna, Lee, say your Instagram tag one more time.
At Brianna to the Lee.
So September 8th
At Unit J, it's 338 Mofat in Bushwick.
anything else going on in September?
Starting my Halloween shorts, baby.
What's your Insta handle? Okay.
Julian_Lee_music.
What's another tune we should do with other than Rivers of Babylon?
Whoa. I would do. What do you want to do?
Let's do Rivers. We'll do Rivers of Babylon. I'll come through though to do it once before.
Okay.
Rivers of Babylon and Cliff by the Sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to dig in the archives of the mind to pull out the lyrics, but I think it's up there.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, word. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you.